1, 2, 1, 2. 1, 2, 1, 2. 1, 2. 1, 2. Ahí, por defecto, por defecto. Oh my god, pero qué lío. Mi hermano aquí. Señores, la Super Smash Bros. Para Nintendo Switch. ¡Nete! Llegué tarde, por eso estaba montando ahora, mi gente. Qué problema. A Super Smash Bros. Para Nintendo. Miren quién está ahí. Ofreco. El link pequeño de la Ocarina, de la máscara de la joven. Super Smash Bros. Ultimate. Ese es el nombre. Ultimate. Ajá, y esto. La Yoshi. Que mierda un lío aquí, miren. Oh, freco. Miren todo lo que viene en el país. Tremendo.
That's right. Every fighter in Super Smash Bros. History is joining the battle. Indeed, absolutely every Super Smash Bros. Fighter ever is in this game, whether they were originally DLC or only appeared once in the past. We believe that's what players want, so we made the impossible possible. Any way you slice it, this one has the most Smash for your buck. Simply put, this is the biggest crossover in gaming history. Once again, worlds will collide. Even so, your starting roster may be as small as the original Nintendo 64 game. We've streamlined the conditions for unlocking fighters, and we want to make the process interesting, so it feels like you're constantly recruiting popular characters to your side. 8-player battles are also making a return. See what happens when you pit many different fighters against one another. Now let's take a closer look at certain fighters by highlighting how they've changed since their last appearance.
Introduciendo a los peleadores, vamos a ver, Mario.
Mario's still easy to use, but we did add a little something or someone from his latest adventure. He can also wear his wedding and builder outfits.
Oh! Ajá.
Link dons his champion's tunic from The Legend of Zelda: Breath of the Wild. His bombs are now remotely detonated, and his final smash unleashes ancient arrows. He can also wear Link's familiar tunic of the wild. Although it's been a while, the 2-in-1 fighter, the Ice Climbers, are back. Work together with Nana. Once she's gone, you're in serious trouble. Ike's outfit from Fire Emblem Path of Radiance returns, along with his look from Fire Emblem Radiant Dawn. Now you can use both versions for the first time. The two different versions are even voiced a little differently.
Prepare yourself. Prepare yourself.
We now have the female version of Pikachu, complete with a heart-shaped tail. Did you notice Pikachu Libre is a girl? Fox's design is now based on Star Fox Zero, and his final smash has received an overhaul. This time, final smashes are straight to the point, so you can get right back to fighting. Falco's final smash features an unorthodox ship formation that's more unruly than Fox's. Either way, the Landmaster has been retired. In one-on-one fights, Ryu will always face his opponents, just like in his original game appearances. It's a small touch that reduces accidental command inputs. Charge moves, like Samus's charge shot, can now power up in mid-air. You can cancel with jump or dodge, but you'll be open to attack. Marth's dancing blade is faster, and it's easier to unleash one after another. This holds true for Roy and Lucina too. In addition, Marth is now fully voiced in English.
Keep your eyes open.
Backed by popular demand, veteran fighter Snake is sneaking back into the fray. It's been 10 years since his last appearance in the series, so we can finally make some new dream matches come true. Of course, Shadow Moses Island is back too. King Dedede's final smash is basically a cage fight where he unleashes missiles and a jackhammer. Pichu is also returning from Super Smash Bros. Melee. Its electric shock still damages itself too, so be careful. In The Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild, Zelda is more into research than fighting, so her design is from The Legend of Zelda, A Link Between Worlds. Zelda is much more elegant and regal than our other fighters, but we made sure you wouldn't underestimate her energetic attacks. Her final smash is a ceiling move called Triforce of Wisdom. Sonic's final smash, Super Sonic, is more souped up than ever. Either you're too slow, or he's lightning fast. Pac-Man also got a speed boost this time around. Looping around the stage sounds just like Pac-Man, don't you think? Pokemon Trainer is back with Squirtle, Ivysaur, and Charizard. You can change Pokemon during battle, and this time there's no penalty for sticking with one, so feel free to pick your main. Also, you can play as a female trainer for the first time. Some fighters, like Captain Falcon, trigger a dramatic slow-mo effect on strong attacks in one-on-one fights. And of course, his hazardous Big Blue stage. Just like before, you can play as Cloud in his Final Fantasy VII costume or his Final Fantasy VII Advent Children costume. Now you can see his limit gauge near his damage percentage at all times. Special displays are available for certain other fighters too. For example, how much longer Robin can use Levin Sword and Tomes. For Villager, we made it easier to see what you've pocketed. Between the male and female versions, there are 8 different versions. Bowser's final smash, Giga Bowser, is even bigger and better. He's now as big as Bowser in Yoshi's Island game. All of Mr. Game & Watch's moves are back, and he looks even more like he did in his original games. His transformations are more full of character than ever. Young Link from Super Smash Bros. is making a comeback that makes 3 Links for the first time. Lon Milk, anyone? After 10 long years, Wolf makes his return. His design is based on Star Fox Zero, and each of his moves have received a significant upgrade. Kirby is his usual puffy self, but we've added a little something to his stone ability. He has a copy ability for every fighter, so the more fighters we have, the more challenging he becomes to develop. Shulk used to require repeated button presses to toggle Monado arts, but now you can choose a specific one with a button press and a quick directional tilt. Sure is handy to change arts on the fly. We also added Fiora to his final smash. Ganondorf rises again, returning to his popular design from The Legend of Zelda, Ocarina of Time. And for his final smash, he becomes Demon King Ganon. Mii Fighter's proportions have been tweaked a bit. There are 3 types: Brawler, Sword Fighter, and Gunner. The moveset for each type has also been enhanced, and you can now choose from 12 voice options. We're hoping to get this fighter ready for online play. Previously, Pit's final smash was 3 sacred treasures. This time, he'll be riding in style on the lightning chariot. In the last game, Zero Suit Samus's final smash called in her gunship. This time, she uses her power suit to fire a devastating laser. When Olimar gets damaged, you'll see a crack in his helmet.
Le rompían el vidrio al pobrecito.
Don't worry, it'll get fixed up right away. Bayonetta's costumes from her first 2 games are both available. Listen closely and you'll hear differences in the sound effects.
Las bayonetas. La de la 1 y la 2.
It seems we have a guest. Rodan appears as an
pero miren, a este lo metían también.
Warrior's final smash, Warrior Man, has changed quite a bit. After transforming, he no longer uses visual attacks to get the job done. Donkey Kong's final smash is all rapid-fire punches, like Donkey Kong Jungle Beat. You'll notice that he and other fighters have expressive new facial animations. Little Mac's final smash is now a rush of blows from Gigamac. In fact, all final smash moves right to the punch. Ness's new final smash calls on Paula and Pooh. Of course, Jeff still shows up as an assistant. Likewise, Lucas's final smash features Kumatora and Boney. At first glance, Wii Fit trainers
La fantasma. Yo le digo la fantasma,
a new look. I wavered a bit on
pero
whether
está más
to
definida ahí,
change
mira
it,
que
but
es.
it was a request from the Wii Fit developers.
Pero ahora viene un chamaco también. Mega Man, ahí sí hay, compadre.
All the hazards from both versions of Mega Man stage from Super Smash Bros. For Wii U and Nintendo 3DS. And for his final smash, say hello to Proto Man and Bass.
No relaje, ahí están todos ahora.
Palutena's special attacks have been streamlined this time
La
around,
querubín.
and her down special is now both a counter and a deflector.
El
Rob
robocillo.
has a new gauge on his chassis, showing how much fuel he has left for hovering. Notice the Epsilon symbols next to Lucina and Dark Pit's numbers? Each of these fighters are based on another fighter in the game.
pero
I'm
también
treating these fighters a little differently,
los
and I've
oscuros.
decided to call them Echo Fighters.
Los malos.
Allow me to introduce a brand new Echo Fighter.
Miren a Daisy.
Daisy joins the roster as Peach's Echo Fighter.
Daisy.
She fights in a similar manner as Peach, but they have different characteristics, which we hope
Mira
you'll
eso.
enjoy.
La cubrió.
Have fun playing as your favorite princesses. All in all, if you add up the changes we're making, there could be tens of thousands. I hope you're looking forward to some serious matchups. And here's a new fighter.
Inkling. Metieron a los
Inkling
Inklings
is a
ahora.
completely new addition to the roster.
Ahora sí es verdad, vamos a ver.
If you ink opponents, they'll take more damage from attacks.
No, correcto.
Different weapons are available as smash attacks or special attacks. The
Pero
Splatter
suelta
Shot,
las almas cuando va disparando.
Splat Bomb,
Bomba.
Splat Roller, and the final smash, Killer Whale.
Correcto, todas las almas la tiene.
You can actually run out of ink, so it's important to refill by pressing the B button while shielding.
Oh, mira cómo se llena.
Inkling Boy also debuts alongside Inkling Girl. Inklings are very fashionable. All 8 have their own outfits,
Todos los estilos, ahí están.
and each
Todos los
has
colores.
their own ink color, so
Bacán.
matches get really bright.
Y mira el mundo.
By the way, we added in the Squid Sisters as an assist trophy. During their live concert, the camera zooms in for a close-up. That means it's
correcto,
easier to
mira el
get knocked
especial.
off the screen.
Con las dos cantantes ahí.
While we're on the topic of assist trophies, let me share some additional information. As you may know, assist trophies lend helpful
¿Por
support
qué
in
van a saltar
battles.
ahora? Vamos a ver.
You can KO assist trophies by inflicting damage, and now you get points
Jugando
for
el
it
dúo
too.
de 4. 44%.
However, some assist trophies will remain
Mira el
unbeaten.
perrito.
Maybe an unexpected guest will photobomb your battle. Yep, it's him.
Bomberman. Oh, freco.
There's a wide variety. More than 50 of them appear in the game. Of course, we're also adding even more Pokemon and items. We can't wait to show you.
Pokémon. Ahí. Estaba viendo raro. Se arregló ahí. Stage.
There are a variety of stages available in this game as well, including a massive list of returning stages. If you get a group together to play, it'll be a challenge to hit them all. The graphics have been improved
El
as
de
well.
Donkey Kong. Ah, mira el mismo.
Let's
pero
get a
es
look at
magnífico.
some stages from various
Con más
games.
gráfica. El de Star Fox. Ahí el de Castillo, de la princesa. Oh, el de Spring Train. De Figa Open. Ese no sé cuál es. Ah, el de Samus. El de Green Hill. El de Sonic. Newport City. Y ese Working Crew. Oye la música. Carmen Island, ese es el de otro de Mario, yo creo. Morray Tower, ese es el de los Splatoon. Y este es del mundo de Breath of the Wild. Great Plateau Tower. Mira el viejo ya. Mierda, que se desbarató con todo. Y entonces. Se volvió a formar. Oh, rico.
All stages now have both
Yeah.
Battlefield and Omega forms too. These versions hover above an abyss.
Este es el de cartón.
Their sizes and
el
terrain
de
are all
Yoshi.
the same, so savor the simplicity with music and backgrounds from your favorite
Mira
series.
el otro de Yoshi ahí también. Nueva técnica.
Let's take a sneak peek at the new and returning techniques you can pull off during battles. The directional air dodge enhances
al aire.
mobility.
Porque
It can
puede
come
usarlo
in handy when
en el
recovering
aire.
from a fall.
Oh.
However, if you dodge too much, even on the ground, you'll be wide open to attack and your duration of intangibility gets shorter.
Doc 6, Doc X1.
You can execute short hop attacks by pressing the A button and jump at any time. Also, you can smash attack by pressing the A
Me da
and B
más
buttons, just like the previous game. A perfect shield occurs when you release
Oh,
the shield.
campo de fuerza.
Until now, you were able to pull it off without any major risks, but going forward, you'll need to time it.
Eso viene siendo como un combo breaker, esos campos de fuerza.
For one-on-one battles, the damage dealt will now be greater than in battles with higher numbers of players. This should help ensure that the action is well-paced. In a timed battle, the fighter in the lead will sometimes flash with light. Better do something, or no victory pose for you.
Y más.
We've got something special
¿Qué
for
más?
your playing pleasure in Super Smash Bros. Ultimate.
¿Qué más? ¿Qué más? ¡Ay! No.
Nintendo GameCube controllers can be used in Super Smash
Un
Bros. Ultimate.
control de
For many of
GameCube
you, it just isn't the same
para
without
Switch.
them. Not to mention, all Super Smash Bros. Series amiibo figures are compatible this time as well. In fact, all fighters' current amiibo figures will be supported, even if they're from a different series. Tap a compatible amiibo figure to add in a figure player, or FP, and level up. Your FP data from previous titles can be transferred. We hope you're as excited as we are. Our staff will continue working hard until the game releases. We really appreciate your support. We've made including every single fighter ever our #1 goal, so I'm kind of hoping you aren't expecting too many new challengers. However, we do have one more announcement. Please take a look.
Tiene la carita como de una viejita ya, casi mente. Digo el japonés, es japonés. Ajá. Ajá. El tráiler. Mira qué gráfica ni más bacana. Ay, mira ese Sam. Se fue, me comandó. Le dieron. ¿Quién es? ¡Ay! Es el. ¿Cómo que se llama? El guardián de Zelda. De Breath of the Wild. Uno de los guardianes, apotá. No. ¿Y este quién es? ¿Y qué es eso? Raidel. Un dragón. Es el de. Míralo ahí. Del de Metroid. Uno de los monstruos de Metroid. Mierda. Correcto. Se mueve. Super Smart Bros. Ultimate. Ajá. Y ahora, cuidado que vengo yo, Samu. ¿Available? ¿Cuándo? Ay, diciembre 7 de 2018, mi gente. Diciembre 7 de 2018. En este año va a salir. Pero en diciembre falta más que el diacho. Pero nada, hay que esperarla.
Good morning, everyone, and welcome to Nintendo Treehouse Live from the Los Angeles Convention Center and E3. 皆さんおはようございます。ロサンゼルスの E3 会場の Nintendo Treehouse Live の配信へようこそ。I'd like to say thank you to everyone around the world for tuning in to our Nintendo Direct, as well as our fans in Japan. 全世界の皆さんが Nintendo Direct を見ていただいて、そして特に日本のお客さんも見ていただいてどうもありがとうございます。I am Bill Trinan. I am here with Nate Bildorf and Eric Smith from the Treehouse. 僕は Treehouse のビル・トリネンと、ネイト・ビルドフさんとエリック・スミスさんなんですけれども、we have a very special guest for you this morning. We just saw a new character announced. Nate, why don't you tell us who we have and what we're going to see? 新しいキャラクターが発表されましたけれども、今日は特別にスペシャルゲストが登壇していただいて、ネイトさん紹介をお願いいたします。
Yeah, I know that was probably a lot of Smash to digest for those of you viewing at home. Mr. Sakurai on video explained quite a bit to us, but we are very fortunate to have a live Mr. Sakurai here with us with his translator Raymond.
桜井さんがスマブラの細々な話をいろいろしましたけれども、今朝は運が良くて本人が登壇していただいて、通訳のレイモンさんも一緒に来てます。
Bueno, mi gente, yo les voy a dar un video con todos los detalles. Ahora vamos a ver esto directamente en la página de Nintendo. Yo ahora lo voy a quitar y ustedes continúen viendo todo lo que hay y todo lo que va a tirar Nintendo. Porque no anunciaron nada de Metroid. No anunciaron nada de Metroid. Entonces vamos a ver qué pasa. Porque yo creo que ahora van a jugar todo lo que es
Well, I want to jump into some more specific details, but before we start, does Mr. Sakurai have anything he wants to say just in general about the game's development?
まあもちろんこれからいろいろ紹介していきたいと思うんですけれども、その実演プレイの前に櫻井さんからのメッセージは何かないでしょうか。
今回とにかく今回の売りというのは全員登場を果たしたということです。これからスマッシュブラザーズシリーズというのはもしかしたら続くかもしれませんが、ここまでやるのはもうほとんどないんじゃないかなとは思うんですよね。ぜひ楽しんでいただければと思います。
So the biggest appeal of this game is really that every single fighter is back here, and may continue the Smash series in the future. But I don't know if we'll ever be able to pull this off. So I really hope that you'll enjoy this iteration of the game.
I certainly plan to.
Oh yeah. まあ僕はエンジョイするつもりです。
私も楽しみです。
Me too.
Well, so Mr. Sakurai really delineated a lot of the specific moves for returning fighters in the video, but we only got a taste of Ridley at the very end. So what I was hoping we could do is maybe play through a little bit with Ridley live on stage here, so we can talk a little bit more about his moves and see.
Vamos a darle hasta aquí, mi gente, para que ustedes continúen viéndolo más adelante. Y yo seguiré chequeando y luego daré un detalle, un video de todo lo que salió y ver qué va a pasar más adelante, porque yo espero, señores, que tiren y que presenten algo de la Metroid Prime 4. Espero que hagan eso, porque si no, esto no servía para nada. Yo quiero que tiren esa vaina porque todo el mundo lo está esperando. Así que ya ustedes lo saben. Nos chequeamos. Bye bye.